Welcome to Construction Update. These are the hottest construction stories of this week. I'm Larry Stewart with 4 Construction Pros, and I want you to meet Jonathan Kozlowski, who's our newest editor with Concrete Contractor Magazine.
Hi, Larry. Thanks for having me today.
John, I think you're leading it off.
Yeah. Let's start with number 10. One company is looking towards the upcoming snowy season. KINEDYNE recognized that mobility in poor conditions can be the difference between profit and profit loss on the job site. So they enhanced its grip link tire chains to provide added traction with a broader surface face and extra deep treads.
All right, well, number 9 on the list is software lumber prices jumping 27% in September. 8 of 11 subcategories of construction input prices rose, a long-term inflation trend unique to construction materials. But softwood lumber prices, they've been accelerating since the U.S. tariffs poked our Canadian foresters.
Then at number 8, we have the Associated Builders and Contractors Construction Backlog Indicator fell to 7.5 months in September. And that's a decline of 0.5 compared to August. Economists have been predicting this backlog decline for weeks as work in the pipeline is completed and new projects are being canceled or delayed because of COVID. But I'm new here, Larry, so help me out. What does this mean?
Construction owners have backed off with the recession and problems they were having getting projects completed during the pandemic. Contractors have less work to look forward to. Their backlog of work is reduced. The scary part about this is that ABC's chief economist says that the data here indicate that we're in the early stages of a non-residential construction spending downturn, and we're seeing that already in the spending and starts measured in the non-residential sector in the most recent months. Our next story is skid steers and contract track loaders proving to be cost-effective finished grading machines. You know, equipped with a box blade and a grading attachment or a 6-way dozing blade or something like that with a grade control solution, these machines, you know, they don't have to stop until the grades are there. And it's use of that sophisticated electronic grade control technology. It's become really cost effective on these less expensive compact machines. It's mentioned that Caterpillar demonstrates their value with a project where they compared staking and manual grading off 40 by 60 pad to using a compact track loader with electronic controls. And the technology required a third of the people on the project site. Think about that when you think about finding qualified labor. It did the job in a third of the time. Pretty amazing.
That's crazy. And then you have at number 6, apparently following the end of a strategic agreement with Challenger Manufacturing, ELGIN Sweeper announced on October 15th that they will manufacture an enhanced BROOM Badger street sweeper in 2022, which is interesting because I think a street sweeper just drove past my house. So,
yeah, well, you know, this is the time in the economic cycle when these acquisitions are going to happen. You know, we're in kind of an economic slump, and those who made money during the boom are going to start spending it on market share. Our next story is about virtual reality used in construction to improve efficiency. It's not just a gaming and entertainment technology. Virtual reality through glasses that bring data directly to what you're looking at and help you share it with people in a remote location is got amazing potential in construction, and the pandemic really amplified the challenges of getting the right expertise on the job when decisions are being made. You know, and that decision maker walking the job can see and communicate with people who are remote that know more about the plans and know more about the engineering, and really changing the speed, quality, and profitability of construction.
That's so cool. I love seeing innovative technology find its way into professional work. And following that, in the October 7 Groundbreakers podcast, one tech company found a way to use its AR smart glasses to improve efficiency, productivity, and worker safety on the job site. You know, Larry, anything with AR or virtual reality will always grab my attention, so I'm excited about these two things.
Yeah, and it is GWHIZ technology, but the thing is it's really accessible right now. You know what I mean? This is not just Buck Rogers pie in the sky kind of stuff. It's out there, it's happening, and it's one of those things that it takes some work getting over the adoption hump, but that's so much potential. Another big story, obviously, is the Highways Coronavirus Relief Act introduced in the House. Rodney Davis, a Republican from Illinois, introduced this bill to keep infrastructure projects in the country moving despite the uncertain state and local revenue income. State and local revs are going to take a bunch of time to recover from this recession. And this bill would allow the Secretary of Transportation to 100% fund federally funded projects, waiving the whole state and local share. That'd be an amazing bonus at a lot of levels. But the thing to remember here is this is just a House bill, and there are a lot of them parked on Mitch McConnell's desk.
Then at number 2, who doesn't want to have detailed and coherent construction agreement in place on every job? This article addresses 6 topics in every construction contract to minimize confusion, make clear everyone's respective responsibilities, and to reduce disputes. I've watched enough courtroom shows to know that a good contract is key. So I think I'm going to definitely read this article and learn a few things.
Yeah, me too, to tell you the truth. I don't know that much about construction contracts. I'm looking forward to reading that one. Our number one story, it doesn't surprise me a lot. There's a lot of talk about wages and about contractors put labor on project sites. But this is really interesting. There have been a movement in a number of states repealing prevailing wage laws. Obviously, there's philosophical differences on both sides of that issue are strong and hotly contested. Here, a nonpartisan nonprofit research company has looked at the results of these prevailing wage repeals. Specifically in Wisconsin in 2017, this prevailing wage repeal delivered essentially none of the promises of those who promote the repeal. For example, a construction worker income in Wisconsin dropped by more than 5% since repeal, and cost per mile of highway construction went up by $52,000 with less bid competition and more tax dollars being exported out of the state. This research is showing similar outcomes taking shape after prevailing wage repeals in 2018 in Indiana and 2019 in West Virginia. So this is one of those things to take a close look at. And those are our top stories for the week. Thanks so much for tuning in and being with us. Thanks, Jonathan. And
thank you.
You all have a very good weekend.